and I will not be silent, and I will always worship you as long as I am breathing. And I will always worship you. Hello there. Did you know that every single day of our lives, if we have our minds, our spirit, and our heart in tune with the frequency of God, that God seizes an opportunity to get to teach us one thing or the other from our daily experiences, from our daily routines and all. So welcome to my new series that I titled Learning from Life's Daily Experiences. Yeah. So about a week or thereabout ago, I had an experience that I learned something from, so I want to share with my friends. And it happened that I was walking to my car at my place of work. Just as I was about opening the car door, I heard a lady call out to me saying, "Hello, sir, excuse me, sir." And then I turned in her direction and she said, um, "Am I a Calabari man, that I must be a Calabari man?" And that really got me. So I left the car, walked towards her, and then I'm like, okay, so how did you just arrive at that conclusion? Because I wasn't even dressed in any kind of attire that would suggest that I'm Calabari and all. So she said that, well, the way I walked, the way I look smart, I look sharp, I look straight, and I'm like, wow. I said, well, coincidentally, I happen to be a Calabari man, but I just wonder how, just by the mere looks, well, she said she just felt like, and from the way I looked and all. So we just exchanged pleasantries, and then I left back to my car. So just as I got into my car, my spirit just went straight to the Bible in the book of Second Kings chapter 4, yes, and precisely in verse 9. Yeah, if you're conversant with scriptures, the encounter Elisha had with the Shunammite woman, the very wealthy woman. The Bible described her as a wealthy and influential woman. And in that verse 9 of Second Kings chapter 4, she said to her husband that she perceived that this man, referring to Elisha, must be a holy man of God. That each time he passed in front of their house, she just perceived, and then she had to invite him in, told the husband, let's have a room for him upstairs. And then if you're not conversant, you know the story. But where I want to draw attention to now is, this woman saw me and said, from the way I looked, okay, my steps, my dressing, everything, I look straight, I look smart, I look clean, I look all the accolades I could ever think of. And then in the story in the Bible, the woman told her husband, I perceive, meaning that looking at this man, there's something about him that suggests that he must be a holy man of God. So what's the lesson we learn from this? The lesson we learn from this is that every day, wherever we go, whatever we do, whatever we get involved in, we're under constant observation from people. People are observing us. People observe what we do, what we say, how we act, how we respond to situations and all. And so it behoves on us to understand that since we're under such level of observation everywhere we go, then we should know that life isn't just something we live carelessly. Because the observations people make about you, however it turns out, good or bad, will have some impact or influence over your life and the course of your life. So we need to understand that we don't just live carelessly. You don't talk carelessly. You don't act carelessly. You don't behave carelessly and foolishly, because people are observing. And we need to understand that not everybody who observes would have the freedom or the opportunity to come tell you about what they observed about you, whether it's good or bad. Some will just observe, the impressions have been made, good or bad, and they move on. You never can tell where your paths can cross again, and that good impression based on their observation can attract something good, or that bad impression based on their observation can repel something, can take away something good that should have come your way. So let's learn a lesson or two from this story and know that life is not something that we live carelessly. We are under constant and steady observations. Thank you. So if this is an interesting story, I'd like for you to drop your comments. Let me know what you feel about the story, or if you've had similar experiences. Just share, and I'd like to learn from your own experiences as well. Thank you. See you in my next video. Yeah.